Hey, Andy here from builderhottub.com. In this video, I'm going to give you a top tip if you're installing your own air blower on a DIY hot tub. So let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, so if you're installing an air blower on your DIY hot tub, then you definitely want to follow this tip. Now, before we get going, it's always a great opportunity to say, please do subscribe to the channel, hit that notification icon to be notified when my videos go live. I do 2 long form videos just like this every single week, a whole bunch of shorts. Everything on this channel focuses around DIY hot tubs, plunge pools, parts and pretty much everything in between. Okay, so with that out the way, let's dive in and take a look at the top tip that you need if you're installing an air blower on your DIY hot tub. Now, for this explanation, I'm going to hand over to Rob over in France. He's been building his own DIY hot tub and he encountered an issue whilst he was installing his air blower. So I'm going to leave Rob to explain exactly what it is, and then I'll pick up the theory behind when we come back. So Rob, over to you.
Okay, hi Andy. A little bit of an update. I don't want to show you the outside yet because it's pretty nearly done. So I want it to be a boom. So, as you remember from our WhatsApp messaging, I'd forgot to put the loops in. I can't remember what you call them. Is it Hartford Loops? For the air, to stop the water going back into the air pumps, which is 2. Now they have got valves on, and I asked Andy if they only had valves on, so I asked Andy if they'd be okay with just the valves. He said depends on the water, weight of the water, but obviously my water's too much of it, and it was a problem. It was tripping out one of the air blowers, so I've had to. Andy sent me some parts super fast, so we've put two loops in, which should stop the water going, and also 2 new valves. It's a little bit ugly, not that happy, but there we go, it has to be there.
Rob, as always, thank you for that short video and the explanation of exactly what you did to prevent the water coming back into the blower. So let's dive in and look at this in a little bit more detail. Now, although we use check valves, which are one-way valves that are there, they're designed to protect the blower from water entering. So if water enters the blower, it's a bit like water entering a hairdryer. It's going to trip your breaker. So there's a motor in there, water, electricity, they obviously don't mix, and it will trip your breaker if water ends up coming back into the air blower. Now, if your air blower is with the pump and it's below the water line, then there's a chance that the water pressure from the sheer weight of water in your DIY hot tub can actually bypass or pass through, or sort of force its way through is probably the best way of explaining it, through that check valve. So, you know, the check valve, it's a $20, $30 piece of kit. Why don't we protect our air blowers with gravity instead of a $30 piece of plastic? So that's exactly what we do, and that's what Rob was explaining on the video. So what he's done is he's put in a couple of Hartford Loops because he's got 2 blowers in his system, and those Hartford Loops take the airline up and above the waterline. So what that means is, even if water comes back, because gravity always keeps water at its lowest point, it means that the water isn't going to pass over that Hartford loop. It's not even going to get to the check valve if you've got your check valve further back. But if you looked at Rob's install, he had it perfectly on the riser on the Hartford loop. That's exactly what you should be doing. But that Hartford loop will then have gravity protecting your air blower, and it means that the water will stay in the hot tub. Now, if you remember, the air and the water lines mix, and that's done through those gunite bodies. If you're not sure what they are, I've got a video on that on this channel. Just Google build a hot tub gunite bodies and that will show up in the YouTube search. But it's perfectly normal for the water and the air lines to actually mix when the pumps have stopped. So we need these Hartford Loops in there to protect the air blower, because the last thing that we want, and I have seen it before with customers unfortunately that haven't put these in, that haven't followed the plans, and I'll get this And I'll get this plug in there now. If you're looking for plans for a DIY hot tub, I'll put a link underneath the video. You can find them at shop.buildahottub.com. And in those plans, detail the Hartford Loops, which keep the water out of your air blower. And the last thing that you want to do is have your hot tub slowly drain through your blower. It destroys the blower because it will rust and eventually it will just keep tripping anyway. It'll trip your breaker once the water hits the electricity. So please, if you are purchasing any plans, follow the plans in the entirety. All the stuff that's in there is there for a reason. It's there to help you. And of course, if I can help you in any way with your own DIY hot tub, then please do get in touch. As always, I appreciate the view. Thanks for watching this short video, and I will see you on the next video. If you've liked this video, please do like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you on the next video.